This gets interesting as the chapter moves on, as the chapter progresses. He goes into the Western expansion. Now, a lot of people would love to separate Kemet Kush from the rest of Africa. But Africans in Africa don't do that kind of thing. We like to migrate. We like to fellowship. We like to help each other out. We like to share. That Ubuntu, that communal way of life happens. So the Western expansion was happening. When, like I tell my students all the time, when Greece and Rome finally invaded and took over, people left. Either they went back home in the South or they moved westward. But why do I have this image here on, why do I have the ram on, why am I using the ram? Why am I using that? Because the Nile Valley influence moved westward, and as Kemet as a country fell to the hands of foreigners, their culture would move westward also. It just didn't fade. It just didn't stop. Because I told you before, Kemetic culture was and is an African culture. So, for example, for my beloved people in Chad, in Niger, the Sao people in Chad would make their clay pottery like the people along the Nile, according to Davidson. But let's go further west. Even further west, the Yoruba people would have their divine kings and priests of the ram and of the sun. So, and this is a bonus. The Bakongo people, there's some Kemetic culture in Bakongo also. Because I told you, the Nile River goes from south to north. It goes from the foothills on the mountains of the moon. It goes from Uganda. It goes from Kenya all the way up north to the Mediterranean. But along the way, all these cultures are pouring into it, just like the Nile will pour into Africa. And so the cultures were being exchanged. You see some similarities here and there. And as Egypt was on their last leg, it just spread out. So there is some similarities on how they handle their rulers and how they will handle their business. Yeah. So that was chapter 2 of Basil Davison's Lost Cities of Africa. But let's recap. What is the main idea of chapter 2? We talked about a little bit about the mysteries of Meroe, saying that the kingdoms came from the south, the rulers came from the south. Remember, we have to understand that these lords of the southern frontier came from multiple nomes. I would like to say neighborhoods. Okay, there was about over 40 nomes, 40 neighborhoods, and they finally came together under one banner under in the first dynasty. They all united, and that king was called the king of the north and south, the Insutbiti. Okay, the king of the north and south. And you see images of some figures tying the Happy on the Nile River together. Okay, the lords of the southern frontier were the Shemshu Huru, the 40 to 43 kings unnamed, but they was important enough to be documented throughout the centuries of founding or establishing or beginning this great empire called Kemet. They were the Shemshu Huru, and then Narmer, and then so on. How was Egypt, Libya, and Kush connected? Through trade and culture. Okay, and you guys could add more, like, comment, and subscribe. You can add more to the good stuff. All right, how were they connected? Through trade and culture. And what about Meroe? Meroe was an empire just like Kush is, just like Kemet, just like the Zulus and everywhere else. All right, so what's next? You got homework. You have homework. If you have this book, I challenge you to read chapters 3 and 4. All right, because it's going west now. He touched on Kemet a little bit. He touched on the northern part of Africa, but like I said before, he's breaking things down regionally. So we're gonna get westward. We're gonna deal with the Yoruba. We're gonna deal with the Bilal is Sudan. We're going to deal with that. And I'm very happy. I'm very excited about it. Okay? So get this. You listen to King Cam Ujumbe's podcast, Ujumbe Meets Message, and today's message is the mysteries of Meroe. And I'm glad that you guys are here, and I'm very excited. And we're going to get this night school situation going for a few more weeks. And I hope to see you guys soon. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.